Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda, and this is Gizmo.
We're the Village's Newcomers. Time for Mailbag Monday once again, and I think we have a really good show for you today. I hope you'll stay with us till the end when we talk about something I think is really important. But first, we're going to mention in our show today our Disney trip.
Boy, we had an adventure for a couple days. And we're going to talk about drinking in the Village's pools.
Yeah, can you drink? Can you bring your own liquor, your bourbon, your whiskey, your vodka to the pool? And we had two questions this week, both about lifestyle visits. But even more than that, they were about the pressure that is put on people during sales visits at times. And we're going to find out if that pertains to the Villages or not.
We're also going to talk about Florida traffic.
We'll tell you what we think about that and a lot more right here today on
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
There are a lot of folks to recognize today, so it's time for shout-outs.
We'll start off with an amazing couple. Jamie and Nate are young people that watch our channel, and they say they have decades to go before they can come and live in the Villages, but they just enjoy watching us, and we're so glad they do. And look at that picture. They look like a fantastic couple, and thank you both.
Hi, Marie, we got your card way up there in New England.
And here's a great couple we met at Epcot. This is Billy and Meredith. They're from Pikeville, Kentucky. A wonderful couple, and we sure did enjoy meeting you guys.
Mike and Donna bumped into me at Bargains and Blessings, and they have a daughter named Sarah. She's only 33, and she's hooked onto our show. I can hardly believe that.
They asked us if it was possible to give her a shout out, so there you go, Sarah. Here's a shot of Danny, and look at his posse as they tool around the Villages. He said his son chauffeured him all around.
Check this picture of Jeff and Marcia. Looks like Marcia is loving some Jeff.
Oh, you remember those days,
yes,
don't you?
I do remember those days. Now we love to talk.
A big shout out to Susan and John. Here's a picture of them at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware.
This is Ray and John's wife, Terry, took this picture, and they're Village's newcomers now.
Yeah, everybody that moves here becomes a newcomer. And here we are, we've been here over 3 years, and we're still newcomers.
Still newcomers.
Allison Tornetto and her husband just bought a house in Liberty Park. They're from New York, and here they are pointing to their name on the sign at the sales center. Welcome.
And look at Buddy. Isn't he a cute little thing?
And shout out to our friends Mark and Cindy down in the Fort Myers area. Great folks. We welcome your photos. We love to get good photos. If you've sent us a photo and you didn't see it, we may be holding it for next week, or a bigger chance is that it wasn't the type of file that we can use. Remember to shoot those in landscape, or at least give them to me where I can crop it easily into landscape. When you send a portrait that's an up and down picture, a lot of times I have to fill in the sides with black or try to recreate the rest of your picture. It's a lot of work. So please send us landscape pictures whenever possible. Also, we're just about out of good questions. We've got the same old questions over and over. If you have a new question or you think of something interesting, please send it to villagesnewcomers@gmail.com and we'll answer it. You could also help us a little bit if you would put that question in your subject line. That way I could find it easily when I'm scanning through all the emails. We'd really appreciate that.
We'd also like to thank a couple of gifts that we got this week. We got some Ohio Buckeyes from Scott and Jean, and they are delicious from Ohio.
I ate 2 of them last night.
Yummy. And then we got this awesome little thing called a mosquito repellent. It's not a spray. I guess it just it's 15 feet away. It'll get the mosquitoes, and we're anxious to use that during this mosquito season.
That's from Cindy Patterson.
Is so nice.
And she went so far above and beyond. First of all, we don't ask for gifts.
No.
But she contacted us and said she had contacted our local Walmart and bought it and had it on hold for us there. How nice was that?
That is very cool.
Very, very nice,
very
Cindy.
much.
Thank you.
And then I also got a recipe from Marie McGravy, and she liked my meatloaf, so she sent me one of her favorite recipes. That was really nice.
What a name, McGravy.
Teach me how to make gravy. Now we got some chicken wings we're going to try now.
We were eating out with some friends the other night, and I looked around, and I'm an old country boy. When I go out to eat, I try to fit in. I try to be like everybody else, try to show them good manners. And I looked over, man, I'm just dying to put my elbows on that table, But I look around, I know I've been taught don't put your elbows on the table, but people don't have their elbows on the table. And then I looked over, and this guy puts his elbows on the table. Why not? I mean, this is a lot easier than this when you're sitting there,
I've got my elbows on the table.
Yeah, put your elbows. I don't know. Is that right or wrong? Let us know what you think. Can you put your elbows on the table? And if you cannot, why not? We went to Disney. We're going to tell you about this trip. Good. I mean, it was good. It was smooth in every way, except for the walking. Wow. I got tired. About the first day when we went to Disney's Hollywood Studios, when we left that park, I said, I don't think I can walk to the car. I was getting cramps in my legs.
Yeah.
I'm walking like a robot.
And I didn't have a step counter on my phone, I don't have a watch. I don't have any of that gadgets. Didn't have it with me anyway. And wish I had. I can't even imagine.
I have so much respect for the people in the crowd that I saw at both of those parks that we visited. Yeah. You don't think about it when you're young, but getting around a place like that, when you're walking and standing, and so many of these people have mobility issues, so it's tough when you go to these parks. So I take my hat off to all those people because me, who's apparently not as healthy as I thought, cramped up, and it was hard to get around after 4 or 5 hours of it. Mm-hmm. And those lines were long. But what did we think of the whole experience? Did you have a good time?
It was wonderful and beautiful. We went to Epcot the second day, and man, it is out of this world beautiful. They're having a flower show or a plant show right now, flowers and plants, and amazing orchids that will just knock your socks off. And it was a neat place.
Very nice.
That's our favorite.
If you're wondering what a trip like that costs, we are Florida residents, so we could buy the Florida resident tickets. You can buy 2-day, 3-day, or 4-day, or you can get an annual pass. Their annual pass has a big blackout time. In the summer, you can't go for almost 2 months, and you can't go during spring break, and you can't go during a period in the fall, and you can't go any weekend.
Yeah.
But still, who wants to go on the weekends or in the summer anyway? So there's a lot of good options there. We opted for a 2-day pass because I knew that I was going to be sore.
Yeah, 2 days is plenty.
2 days is good.
And the parking pass is $25 for one whole day, and you can jump parks if you wanted to, or go to your hotel and come back and stay.
Now, see, that's the difference. She said, the parking pass is good for one whole day.
That's right.
And I say, it costs $25 to park your car. That's what I say. What? You charge us $25 to park our car so we can come in and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars?
Yeah,
that's nice.
That's
real. But the park itself, I'm going to give, I never can remember, Disney Hollywood Studios. It's not much prettier than the Villages, even if it is prettier than the Villages. And I didn't find the rides all that good. And we only got to go on 2 rides because it was crowded there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was really crowded.
Yeah.
But the second day, I give Epcot an A-, B+.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. The only thing that detracts are all these other people.
Yeah. Could we have the park to ourselves next time, please?
We went to Ratatouille. Ratatouille's a new ride. Love that ride.
3D, yes.
Put on the glasses and, really good. And it's one of those interactive things where you're in the thing and water blows in your face. And I don't want to spoil it for you.
You got to go to that.
It's cool, but there was a 2-hour wait for that.
Well, you have to get this Disney app, and then you go through and choose what your activity, what you're going to do, and then you got to go to it, and then you try to pick another one, and then go. A little confusing. If you don't have a phone,
also,
I don't know how you get around.
You used to have a fast pass. You guys remember that one. Now you get a Genie Pass, but you have to buy it. It's $15 per person per day. Mm. And that gives you the ability to schedule something in advance. So you do. But until you get that thing and you actually go there and activate it, you can't schedule anything else. So if you're going to Ratatouille and you have to wait a couple hours to get in Ratatouille, you have to wait till then to schedule your next thing, and the popular rides are a couple hours down the road again. So you can't go on all that many rides. But I know there are people out there that are experts at Disney, and they know how to do it. But we didn't know how.
Yeah.
But still, wow, the landscaping at Epcot.
It is absolutely stunning.
Fantastic. And we did get to go on more rides because it wasn't as crowded.
Yeah.
Epcot, by far, my favorite park.
My favorite.
Yeah. You have to make sure the park's available, that it's not full, and then you have to reserve your time in the, your trip to the park.
Well, also the restaurants they're all filled up too. We wanted to go to a restaurant and they said, sorry, it's all booked up.
And early in the morning, I tried to get a reservation for evening. Boop, sold out.
No.
It's just as well. The meals at the restaurants that we wanted to go to started at $35 and went up to $60.
Yikes.
But I've heard they were very nice, but we didn't get to experience that. So anyway, that's our Disney. What did the trip cost us? That's what I always want to know,
Yeah.
and probably you do too. 2 days with the Florida discount, about $600, not including hotel. And that, that's your gas and your tolls, and you've got food in the park, and you've got your admission tickets, and you got your Genie Pass, and you got that stuff. About $600 for 2 days. So it's worth it. I mean, it was a great getaway.
Yeah, it was.
But it's always nice to get back to the villages.
Get back home. You go,
We hear a lot of complaints about Florida traffic. We can speak a little more firsthand to it because we just got off the turnpike, just drove on several expressways, went to Orlando, went even beyond Orlando. We went to visit our son's house also. It's tough driving in Florida. People pass you on the right. They fly by you on the left. The speed limit's 70, so you're going, your basic 75. You know how it is. You try to figure out how much. You swear when that guy goes by, that guy's going 95 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour. And he's around you and he's zipping in traffic, and here comes a motorcycle, wow, on the right. And then the semi comes over here. It gives her a nervous breakdown.
it does.
The highways are sketchy. It's sketchy. So you got to be real careful driving on the highways here. Didn't see a big police presence at all. Didn't see any police, did we? On our trips.
I saw two.
You didn't tell me. You got to tell me when you see those coppers.
Oops. You were doing really good. You were following the speed limit.
But that's what makes me giggle a little bit when people talk about the traffic in the villages. Come on now. It's tame inside the bubble. You get outside the bubble, then you got to worry. But in here,
Yeah.
look at this photo. That is so true. We hear people that don't live here complain about Florida, particularly people that live up north. But hey, you don't see many Floridians heading north to go get a snow cone, do you? No. Doug and Deb wrote in. They asked if we had ever watched the polo tournaments. And if we have, did we enjoy them? And tailgating and stomping the divots, it seems like fun.
We haven't done that yet. We certainly would like to do that.
We want to go to a polo match. We haven't. We've been here over 3 years and we haven't done it yet. It's a very popular thing here, and people do go out between, I don't know what they have. Do they have halves or
innings? I don't know.
Innings, halves, whatever, and they where the horses have trampled up the dirt. You go there and you kind of
Just stomp it down. That'd be fun.
Stomp it down. I don't know what's
That
fun
might
about
be
it.
an ankle breaker for some people, but I would love that.
But we have not done it, Doug and Deb, but we want to, and we're going to do it real soon. If we do, we'll probably bring you some photos or a video of that.
This is from Rick and Bonnie. Love watching your shows each week. We have learned a lot. Can people play tennis or pickleball at night under lights in the villages? And that's a no. We do not see any lights at all. And there are lots of tennis courts, by the way. There are over 33 tennis courts. And I know there's one, what is it? Platform tennis?
Oh, there's more than one. This platform tennis, I don't even know what that is. Is that a popular thing?
I don't know.
But they have it at Everglades
right.
and several other places. It looks like an enclosed tennis court.
Smaller.
Yeah, a little smaller maybe. I don't know what it is. I don't know what platform tennis is, but we have that. Yeah. But 33 places where you can play tennis.
That's a lot of places.
And those are hard courts. I wonder if there are any clay courts. Somebody out there will tell us. I used to work at a parks department, and we had clay courts. And my job every night was to go smooth out those courts and broom them and water them.
That was probably when you were like a teenager, right?
Yeah, probably right around there. Evelyn wrote and wondered, is it just the residents of the lofts that have to pay a fee for their pets? So she's asking if people like us have to pay a fee to have Gizmo, or maybe somebody that has 2 dogs would have to pay a fee. The answer to that is no. We don't pay any fees for Gizmo. They don't check to make sure he's licensed or rabies tag or any of that kind of stuff. We just have a pet and that's it. As far as the villages goes.
This question is from Susan and Mark. Did you end up keeping the furniture you brought, or did you decide to refurnish? We have been having this debate. Our furniture is dark, and we were thinking it will look out of place in Florida. What are your thoughts? Well, we brought all of our furniture except maybe a 1-bedroom suite or so, but we've kind of changed a few things out. Yes, you'll kind of want some lighter furniture.
You know, we all want new furniture. We wanted new furniture,
Yeah.
but we overextended to buy this house. It cost more than we thought we were going to spend, so we didn't want to come down and have to buy new furniture. So we brought a lot of stuff. We still have the same bedroom suite,
Oh, yeah.
or suite as we heard it's called. We have 3 of those that we brought with us, with 3 mattresses and 3 springs, and still the same one. We brought a big couch and a big chair and a dining room table and 8 chairs.
Yes.
And we also brought another couch that turned out to be the wrong color, so we sold it for pennies on the dollar. It was brand new, brand new. And we bought a new couch. We also had right back here, you wouldn't be seeing those birds. You would be seeing a giant china hutch.
Right.
We got rid of that baby.
Yeah.
Because we had china in there. Who uses china anyway? We don't use china. Well, we'd be more liable to use paper plates than china, wouldn't we?
Yeah. And we got a new dining room suite for in here, a round table, but we've kind of interchanged tables, but we did buy a new round table.
Yeah. And we bought stools for the bar there.
Yeah, that's something you'll have to have.
And lots of little pictures and knickknacks and things that say Florida, because you know, people that come here may not know what state they're in.
Well,
they may have to look at our walls to find out.
We also painted some furniture, did some chalk painting on a lot of our brown furniture.
Yeah, she did a show. She chalk painted some stuff in it. Really, it came out awesome. Yeah. It's a really good way to take, instead of give away something and go buy something expensive, just slop some chalk paint on it.
That's what we did. This is from Julie. Is there a sign-up process for taking a class in the villages, or do you just show up at the door, the pool, etc., and stand in line to get a spot? Is there a limit to the number of attendees in each class? Well, let's answer. There's a lot of questions here. Depends. A lot of classes you just show up for. That's fine. The only ones that you might have to get pre-register for might be some of the art classes. Then you have to get special things or supplies for. But as far as my aerobics class, water aerobics, I just show up, get in line, and you're in.
I went to yoga and I stood in line and got in just fine.
How'd you like that?
I thought it was great. I laid down and started yogging, and next thing I knew, it was over. I think I must have gone to sleep.
I think you fell asleep. Is there a limit to the attendees? Yes, they do. Usually there's between 30 and 50, and just depends on the season. Snowbird season, you're going to have a full class of almost 50 people in that class. So,
now, with no restrictions, couldn't you have, I mean, was it like 90 people in the pool, or how
yeah,
many?
we had like 90 in the pool, but it was very crowded, so.
Another frequently asked question deals with lifestyle visits, and we get more emails probably on this than anybody, and people say, what do you recommend we do on a lifestyle visit? They ask us that all the time, and whew, that's a lot of answering. But here we got a neat question from, well, actually 2, from Jerry and Heather, and another one from Carol. Jerry and Heather ask, we thought we'd ask, when you went for your lifestyle visit, did you only meet with a sales rep from the villages to show you some homes, or did you meet with an outside realtor? Also, did you meet with a sales rep or realtor for a few hours every day or just a couple days? We'll be there for 7 days. Great question. A lot of people want to know that, because I'll tell you what, if there's anybody that hates a high-pressure sales pitch,
Yes.
it's me. The answer is we used a Villages sales. We didn't know much at the time, and since we have found out that some houses are listed by the MLS service, which the Villages agents can't show you, and vice versa, the MLS can't show you the Villages properties. We went with a Villages agent, and a lot of people ask us who was our agent. Our agent was Steve Lightbody.
And Barbara.
And he works with his wife Barbara, and they gave us top-notch service, and we recommend them highly. We did not get daily visits from them or calls. Very low pressure, very hands-off. I'm going to read a little response to that in just a minute. Carol also asks, how many meetings or sales pitches did you have to attend? We didn't have to attend any if we didn't want to. When you come for the lifestyle visit, when you get to your place, they will take you there and they will give you the keys to your golf cart and explain how things work. That could be it. That may be your last contact with the Villages until you leave, when you turn in your keys. That could be it. And Carol wants to know, how much do they bug you after you do a visit? Will we be receiving tons of calls and emails? I'll read you the official response because I already knew what I thought the response was, but I called and asked the Villages representative, and here's what I got. There is absolutely no obligation to take the lifestyle tour when staying on a lifestyle stay. Every agent does it different. I highly encourage taking the tour that we do because it helps get people familiar with our large and overwhelming community. As you know, there's a lot to learn. So that was the official response. You don't have to take the tour if you don't want to.
It is large and overwhelming. I don't know why you would not want to take the tour.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to eat up some time, hours. And honestly, you could go with that agent today and be 2 or 3 hours, tomorrow 2 or 3 hours, and the next day 2 or 3 hours, and you still wouldn't see it all. I remember the first day when we came, we were going to another place for a lifestyle up north. And I kept hearing about the Villages, and I said, well, let's give them a shot. I'm going to call. So I called down, talked to an agent. I said, I can come down for a couple hours. Can you show me the Villages? He said, well, it's going to be tough in 2 hours. But that's what I thought. I mean, I thought it was a little place. It's not a little place. It's a big place. Another answer, when she asked, will you be sort of hounded by these agents after the visit? There is a follow-up from the guest coordinator, and the agents follow up too. Again, every agent is different. I'm sure it's just a check to say, how did the visit go? Is there anything else we can do for you? How can we help you? So it's good.
I don't remember them calling us back at all. I just remember looking at homes and then going home and looking at more homes. The first tour, it just grabs you. So
I think what happened was we went back to Indiana and we stayed in touch with our agent because we were wanting to find a house.
Yeah.
So that's why he didn't have to reach back out to us. We were probably hounding him. Is there anything on the market yet?
Exactly.
Anything for us?
Yeah. Adrian wants to know, are there any alternative airports to get to the Villages? And there are.
Well, most people use Orlando. Orlando's busy. It has a lot of carriers in and out of there. Lots of flights from lots of different airlines. And lots of people coming into Orlando. And lots of booked flights. And lots of little Mickey ears all around.
Yeah, and spring break, March, it's going to be very, very crowded in the airports.
We do use other airports on occasion. Tampa most often. It's about the same time to get into the Tampa terminal as it is to get into the Orlando. It's further, but it's a straight shot, no tolls, and I like going to Tampa. But usually we use Orlando. My favorite, though, would be Gainesville. American Airlines flies into Gainesville. The problem is, from Gainesville, they only go to a couple destinations. I think they go to Dallas, and I think they go to Charlotte.
Yes.
And then from there, you'd have to make connections to get other places. Don't take that as gospel, but that's what I believe. But that's such a nice airport. It's like Wings. You remember that TV show Wings, where they had a little counter and all the flights went out from there, and there were like 2 gates or 3 gates? Yeah. That's the way the Gainesville airport is.
It is. It's charming.
You can park, and from your car, you can literally throw a baseball into the terminal. So, it's very convenient. It's just there are not a lot of flight opportunities.
Yes. And there's also Sanford Airport, but we don't know too much about Sanford.
We've never used it. But I think that's where some of the lower budget airlines go, and a lot of people are using it because of cheap tickets. Start again. Adrian says, being a single person After browsing the various types of housing available in the villages, I think a home like a patio villa would be a perfect size for me. Do you know anyone who owns a patio villa? And if so, are they happy with their home? We do. And some of our good friends bought a beautiful patio villa with a lovely courtyard. And it's just two people. They got in there and before long found out that they felt the garage was small, the storage was less, and they upgraded to a home right away within 6 months.
Yeah.
So they thought it was small. But some of these villas, like the ones we stayed on Lifestyle, 1,800 square feet,
Oh,
3
yes.
bedrooms,
Right.
beautiful. If you don't want a lot of yard to take care of, in fact, some of the yards don't even have grass.
Right, they'll have rocks.
It can be a simple life in a beautiful home. The villa is perfect for some people. Here's the question that you've been waiting for. Can us older to-be residents enjoy our private cocktails poolside, or is this a no-no? Dave and Carrie from Macomb, Michigan. Of course, Macomb, Michigan is well known for the drinking and such.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I'm just kidding. Dave and Carrie obviously want to know about it. We didn't know.
No.
We're not drinkers. So we asked some people that are drinkers, and we found out. In fact, here's the official village's response. There is no rule against having your own alcoholic beverages at the pools. Drinks should remain at the tables and chairs. Nothing can be in the pool or near the edges. So there you go. You can drink at the pools. Now I have to say, I have never seen anybody drinking at the pool. Have you?
No. I've seen them having their water bottles and they've had their coffees or whatever, but they're in their chairs and they're back with their little tables between them. So, but I've not really seen any liquor, but I'm sure maybe some of them have some in their little cups. We don't know.
We've certainly never seen any outrageous behavior,
No.
which goes right hand in hand with that alcohol.
Yes.
Have you ever noticed that?
Right.
The more alcohol, the more outrageous behavior. We looked up the basic rules for the pool, so we could share those with you. Please shower before entering the pool. No food or drink allowed in the pool or surrounding edge. What they have in these pools is a drain around the pool. It's in the floor, you can see it. And then back from that a good ways, there'll be quite a few tables with chairs. And there'll even be some covered areas where you can sit and have a picnic or whatever. And you can have drinks back there, but you can't have them out within that area inside the drainage of the pool.
Right.
Smoking is permitted in designated areas outside the pool. All pools have a courtesy phone. Appropriate swimming attire is required, and swim at your own risk. Some further regulations are no pets are allowed in the pool area. I would love to take Gizmo swimming. He can swim. We've had him in our hot tub back in Indiana, didn't we? Yeah, he can swim. If a staff member is on site, please check in with them. Please have your village's ID or guest ID and photo ID with you at all times. That's to keep people that aren't amenity fee paying residents of the villages out of the pool. We have seen people sneak in, and that's why people working for the villages come out and say, can we see your ID? They're not being bossy, they're not being rude. They're trying to keep our facility that we pay for clean and nice and keep the rules followed, and that's why they check the IDs, and we appreciate that. So the pools are here. There are over 100 of them. And you know, if you're a big drinker, you could visit each one of the pools and have a martini or something, and you could make a name for that around the world with 100 martinis or something, and that would be kind of cool. This will be our last question of the day. Hello, I'm a retired New York City fireman. My wife is a retired nurse. Due to some career injuries, the most I can do is swim. I was wondering if any of the pools have lap swimming and not just a pool to cool off for a dip. Thanks in advance, Tommy. Linda looked up the sports pools and she found out there are a bunch of them.
There are quite a few. They're probably about 12. 12 sports pools, so you can get your laps in for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the regional rec centers have sports pools.
Yes.
And that would be places, and you can see the list on your screen there: Colony Cottage, Eisenhower, Everglades, Ezell, La Hacienda, Lake Miona, and so forth. They have a nice big pool. That's where you would go to play the water volleyball.
Mm-hmm. And the water aerobics.
Water aerobics, and you can swim laps. But you can swim laps in any pool.
Right.
You know, it doesn't have to be a sports pool. We go right here to the neighborhood pool, and you know, we kind of swim laps. You know, we do a little bit once in a while. You can. It's never too crowded. In our experience at the neighborhood pool, you can always find a place where you can swim laps.
Yeah.
So you have that ability, but you won't have stripes painted on the ground to stay between on the bottom of the pool, so you can stay between them and feel like you're in an Olympic race or anything. Well, it's time.
Are you ready?
We were gone a couple days, like we said. We went to Disney. We left him with his step parents, and he was great. He was glad when we got back. I think they actually got spoiled when we were gone. I think they did a lot of
they
ear
massaged
rubbing.
his ear, and they rubbed his ears, and he loves that. So thank you, Tom and Nancy. But man, you are spoiled, that's for sure.
And here we are back today, and we made him work and do his segment. You ready, buddy? Let's do it.
Thank goodness for our viewers. I asked Dad for some jokes, and all he did was show me his golf scorecard. Here's one from Squirt in Jersey. What kind of sandwiches do skunks like? Peanut butter and smelly. Peanut butter and smelly, that's a good one. Here's one from the Dude Brothers. Hey, they're cats. What do you call a camel with no humps? Humphrey. Humphrey. And why should you never trust atoms? You can't trust atoms because they make up everything. Hey everybody, thanks for listening. I see you next week.
As usual, you did a great job, pal. I hope we're not overworking you, are we? That's going to do it for this edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Thank you all for coming along with us today. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, send us those questions to villagesnewcomers@gmail.com. And if you want to join our Facebook group, come to The Villages Newcomers, Jerry and Linda on Facebook. And that's where we'll post a lot more pictures from our Disney trip and other embarrassing things from time to time.
Up close and personal,
We'd
right?
love to have you come over there and follow that page.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with your friends. Until next time.
Don't forget to send us those questions. See you when you get here.